Welcome back to another episode of my series, Clark's Kitchen. First things first, if you're liking this series and my content in general, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for a new episode every week. In this series, I take you through an entire day of macro-friendly eating. I show you what I make, I show you how I make it, why I choose certain ingredients. And if you watch this series, you'll have a much better understanding of how to plan and enjoy your meals while hitting your fitness goals. The theme of this week is bowls. 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 Every single meal on my menu this week can be put into a bowl for easy transport, easy prep, and easy cleanup. You know how I do it, guys. We always start out with a breakfast/starter, and this week I'm keeping it as simple as possible with an easy breakfast scramble. First things first, we're gonna slice up our potatoes. Now, something like this, I definitely recommend meal prepping at the beginning of the week. You don't wanna necessarily have to chop and prep your potatoes and clean out your air fryer every single day of the week. So what I would do if I wanted to meal prep these is I would make one giant 5-pound batch at the beginning of the week and just portion them out, because I know I'm gonna reheat them later when I scramble everything in the pan. Most people meal prep completely the wrong way. They try and make the entire meal all at once. So meal prep the smart way, meal prep parts of the meal, not the entire meal. You'll still save a lot of time, but you'll preserve a lot of the taste. Toss these in our air fryer, spray with a little 0-calorie avocado oil, toss on our seasoning. I'm a big fan of these Kinders. I've actually never heard that said. Pop this in the air fryer. We're gonna go 400 for 20 minutes. And while that's heating up, we can whisk together our eggs and prep that. 2 large eggs, a little bit of salt, a little pepper, give that a good whisk. Halfway through the cooking, we want to give our potatoes a nice shake. Pop those back in. Potatoes are almost done. Time to scramble our eggs. Quick scramble. And look how fast these set, because we've already had the pan heating up. You literally need to do this for like 30 seconds. Immediately take them off the heat. If you don't want to over scramble them, pour in our potatoes. Finally, let's pour in our fat-free cheddar. I try to use a lot of reduced fat and fat-free ingredients. Adding fat to your diet is easy. Once you have a lot of fat in your diet, you can't really get it out. If I want to add more fat to my diet, it's as simple as a tablespoon of grass-fed butter, a tablespoon of olive oil, avocado oil. If I was using full-fat cheese here, I wouldn't have the freedom to do that. So that's why I do that. Off into the bowl, and these are ready to go. Now we're gonna make a high-protein chicken teriyaki ramen bowl, complete with soft-boiled eggs. I'm gonna use this little contraption I picked up at Costco for 20 bucks. Now this one involves a few different moving parts. This is really a good one to meal prep some of the components of it first, but for the sake of argument, I'm gonna show you how to do everything all at once. First, you're gonna bring a 1.5 cups of chicken broth to a boil. In a separate pan, you're gonna cook your chicken over medium-high heat, combined with a little bit of sesame oil for some added crispiness, and your Kinders Japanese sauce and glaze. Now, even with this little contraption, unfortunately, there's still no good way to hard boil or soft boil eggs, so remember to set them in an ice bath for 10 to 15 minutes so you can peel them properly after. Next, you're gonna add your vegetables. I use spinach, mushrooms, and scallions for mine. Turn the heat to low and cook for an additional 3 to 4 minutes. Stir everything together, and then in a serving bowl, add your ramen, your chicken, and your egg. You can even add some nori sheets for some extra garnish to really drive it home. If you're a ramen lover, this one is for you. All right, we're back and we're ready for our final meal of the day, our snack/dessert. This week, we're gonna be having cherry chocolate chunk protein ice cream in the Ninja Creamy. Get one if you don't have one. We're gonna throw a little something extra on there to keep in our bowl theme, even though it technically would be a bowl of ice cream anyway. 2 cups of Fairlife fat-free milk. Get some cherry flavor, some of this no sugar added cherry pie filling, some collagen protein, some of our monk fruit sweetener. And for some added thickness and flavor, we're gonna add some sugar-free, fat-free white chocolate Jell-O mix. The sugar-free, fat-free Jell-O hack is literally unmatched. Gonna give this a good stir with our mini hand blender. We're gonna freeze this for 24 hours. Ignore the fact that I already prepped this and just pretend like it's tomorrow. Pretend like it's Zelda Ocarina of Time and you just played the Sun song. Now, a tip with the Ninja Creamy. When it comes out of the freezer, if it's got this little mound, scrape it down with a spoon, because you're technically not supposed to put something rounded. It'll mess up the blade. I've actually had a Ninja Creamy like spontaneously combust on me. Okay, I'm exaggerating. It did start smoking though, which was kind of terrifying. So we're gonna run this on the spin function. It probably will be a little crumbly. We just do the respin until we've got that nice creamy consistency we want. The base of your spoon, yes, I have a gold spoon specifically for eating ice cream in videos. We're gonna add a few maraschino cherries that are frozen. The thing about the Ninja Creamy is that they don't really work well when they're soft. It just kind of breaks them apart. They specifically say it's not a blender, so if you add in just regular fruit, it's kind of just gonna blend it up and you're not really gonna get the same effect. Add a couple ounces of no sugar added chocolate chips. Macro-friendly ingredients in a nutshell, guys. You're really just making your ingredients leaner. That's really all it comes down to. We're gonna pop this into our mix-in function and then we are almost done. Now you could stop it right here. I wanna be clear. This next part is optional. You do not have to do this. This is just if you want an added layer of flavor, fun. So we're not just gonna have this in a regular bowl. We're gonna have this in a cinnamon sugar tortilla bowl. Take a nice big burrito, flour tortilla. We're gonna brush with some melted grass-fed butter, a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of Swerve granular sugar. And boom goes the dynamite. And we're gonna take 2 bowls. One big, one small. Always 2. There are. Our tortilla into our big bowl, and then the small one is really just going in there to hold it in shape. We're gonna put this in the air fryer, and with that circulating air, you don't want it to be flippity-floppeting everywhere. 350 for 5 minutes, all you need. Make sure you use a mitt when you take this out. This is gonna be super, super hot. Take the small bowl out and run it for another couple minutes to really, really get the crispiness. All right, everybody, that's it for this week. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't done so already, make sure to like and subscribe for a new episode every week, and maybe even more YouTube stuff coming. Got a couple ideas. I don't know if they're good ideas, but ideas nonetheless. I'm gonna go eat this, guys. Thanks for watching. Oh, I'm fighting this brain freeze so hard right now.